This little snippet is on what I hear constantly on the 24/7 news, which, by the way, I do not recommend anyone listening to any of those talking idiots on CNN. MSNBC, I don't even know where they get their people at. I've never seen a rock with a liberal under it like that. Chris Matthews, complete, total piece of shit. Fox News, they're just as bad. They're just as bad. The only one on Fox News that's worth his salt is Sean Hannity. Any other one, bought and paid for. So I want to talk about this establishment. In the faces of the establishment. And I'm going to point them out to you. It should be quite clear to a lot of you that are my age or younger that may pay attention to politics. But people like Feinstein, Pelosi, Clinton, McCain, Harry Reid, Mitch McConnell, they're all career politicians. They make me sick. Every one of you should be thrown out of that building on your asses. When you hear somebody on a news channel talking about rules, it's the rules, it just makes my head want to explode. The rules. They wrote the rules. They did it to confuse the process. That's what they're doing. They're trying to confuse you so they can keep control. We live in a republic, not a democracy. A lot of people find that surprising. In a republic, it is different than a democracy. In a republic, the people have unalienable rights. It can't be taken away from them by any group. So, for example, in a republic like we have, let's use women for example. Women have the right to vote. And no matter who goes into Washington, D.C., they're never going to take that away. Because we have a Bill of Rights and a Constitution. In a pure democracy, groups of individuals could do all kinds of things. They could load up a city council and vote in, hey, this school is only for black children and this school is only for white children. Or they could say, in this city, let's use Detroit, so we would have a predominantly black city council. They could vote in, no white people were allowed out after 7 p.m. But then all of the surrounding states could get together and say, no black people are allowed out of Detroit ever. And that's how a pure democracy works, and that's not what we have. We have a republic. When talking about Donald Trump and these primaries and these things and all screwed up Pennsylvania and the way that they do it, and then Colorado and all these different things, that's done to confuse you, to confuse the voter. So when you hear people like Donald Trump talking about it's fraud, or it's not really fraud because the rules are the rules and everyone knew the rules before the process ever began. But you have to admit, having 50 separate election boards, 50 different sets of rules, is confusing on its face. And when electing officials to represent you in a republic, it is a good idea to involve all of the voters. It's just that simple. All the voters in any state that are registered for a certain party should all have the opportunity to cast a vote. Then the people that they choose can move on, do the conventions, all that stuff, and then represent the republic. And this is an ongoing controversy on talk radio and the news and everywhere else, but you really can't listen to any of those people on CNN or Fox News because they have, they just don't put the time in, the airtime to educate the average American person who is busy running a business, taking care of their kids, doing the laundry, making sure the dog's washed, fixing the car, mowing the lawn. They really don't got time to figure out the processes like in Colorado or the process that's getting ready to happen in Pennsylvania. And you will see next week or whenever they're getting ready to do it, about a week after, you'll see everyone will be talking about their process. And that idiot that's in charge of the Republican National, it's the rules, it's the rules. Anyone who's out there on their soapbox talking about the rules, that's the establishment. Throw them in there with Harry Reid and the rest of those dogs.